My good state. The Department of State has now fixed my microphone. Thank you. So, because of that, Shyguy and Lenophis are going to be playing Kami Mario 3, also known as Communist Mario 3, which was made by KP9000, right? Yep. All right, cool. Now, in this game, the coins will kill you. Thank you.
Oh. All right, Leno here. I just want to give a special shout out to Metroid MST here for suggesting that we do this race here at SRX. This will be the greatest, most hype, most deadly thing you will ever see in your life.
I should probably do a quick introduction of the hack before we actually start.
Yep.
Do svidanya, comrades. I am Technomagus. Worship me, lest I sprinkle small sugary confection pellets upon you and feed your soul to the giggling little schoolgirls of hell. Alright, now that that's out of the way. So I am Techno, and I have been tasked with providing color commentary for this hack. Yes, red color commentary. A couple quick things about the hack. So this hack has been inflicted upon the community by a certain KP9000 just under 2 years ago, April 1st, 2016, actually. So the 2-year anniversary of the hack is actually the end of the convention, or at the end of our little speedrunning expo, or should I say Soviet Russia expo. So the hack was inspired by Kami Mario 1, which was created by, where was his name? What was that? Splixel. Yeah. So KP gave me a nice chunk of little notes to talk about during this. I'm going to be forgetting most of them, which is why I have my phone right here to refer to them. I'm still probably going to skip over most of them because I'm terrible like that. Most of the graphics were done by hand or ripped from other games and hacks with permission where possible. In other words, the permission of Mother Russia. Also, shout out to Snarf for helping to create the triple-digit death counter, which I'm fairly certain we will be making use of by the end of this race, if you can call it that. Basically, so the basic changes for the hack, the coins are now damaging items. So if you pick up a coin, it acts just like you got hit by an enemy. So it'll shrink you if you're Super Mario. It will kill you if you're a Mini Mario. Because of this, you are actually granted infinite lives. So instead of a life counter counting down, you have a death counter that counts up. You are also reminded of how terrible a communist are because every coin that you collect increments your capitalism counter to broadcast your shame to the motherland. Any 1-ups in the game have been replaced with super mushrooms, with one exception, which has been removed from the final levels in order to prevent you from being able to do a skip, because KP is a terrible person and wants you to suffer as long as possible. You know, like most Russians. There are no goal cards at the end of each level, since all they do is grant 1-ups. Instead, they just instantly end the level with no reward. Thanks to DJ Boosh. Is it Boosh or Boach? Whatever. He reworked the Super Mario Bros. 3 engine a little bit to grant KP an additional 2 music tracks, which are used in order to get the original Super Mario Bros. 1 overworld theme, as well as the Tetris Type A theme, which MST is a big fan of. If you've ever played any of his... well, I won't actually call them hacks. I think travesties is a better word. or epilepsy warnings, I think, is a more accurate description. So, are we ready to get started? Have we?
Good luck. And now, I think it's time for the hype.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh my God.
All right. Do you want me to give you guys a countdown? All right. In 3, 2, 1, get wrecked. Welcome to World 1, the Motherland. This is where the story begins.
Somewhere in an old factory, Comrade Mario hears the word that his leader, Mikhail Gorbachev, has deserted his position. Several of his followers in the Soviet Union have followed him. Comrade Mario traverses his homeland to the local seat of office to discover that his local leader, too, has deserted his mother. Yeah, looks like we are tied right now as they enter World 1-2. So another thing that has been changed is that in normal Super Mario 3, each sprite is allowed 4 frames of animation. KP actually quadrupled that to 16 to allow a bit smoother transitions. Also, each world has its own graphics map, which allows for more unique and basically more unique world building, gives each world their own personality almost. Warp whistles have been completely removed from this game. There are no, there is no cheating. Yep. Hammers, power-up suits. There is only one anchor in the entire game, and it is in a it is found by a hammer bro in World 2. All right, and MST is pulling into the lead as he finishes 1-3, and Leno is now entering. Absolutely.
All right. Thank you. All right, we have a $100 donation. Whoa! Oof! From The Dope Fish. Good luck to Leno and that other guy. Defeat the capitalism. Save the fish. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dopey. Oh, and we got a interference.
No unfair advantage.
The state makes sure it's fair.
He just has to wait 9 hours in line for that item from the Mushroom House.
Oh.
And now MST is entering the first of the worlds. So as the levels are completed, I will be reading the letters that are provided by Gorbachev instead, or rather by Lenin, I should say, so that they can just skip through it and continue on the race. So the auto-scrollers have been sped up in order to facilitate running the game. Probably one of the few mercies allotted. Welcome, Joe. I do not remember the names of the Koopa kids. I know this one's Lemmy, I think? Lennon. No, Lennon is... Alright, so... Well, almost simultaneous finishing.
I've already had one death, too.
Wow.
Go slower. I'll go plenty slow.
Also, each of our little fearless leaders have their own quote depending on what form Mario is in, whether he's in the worker suit, aka the Hammer Brothers suit, or frog suit, or the Tanuki suit. The first world, ending World 2, the letter is, "The uprising has begun. Moscow, the South, the Caucasus, and Poland are ready to join the proletariat of St. Petersburg. Workers' slogan, death or freedom." Now we are entering World 2, the Soviet Mind Games. The state's construction and industry in Mecca has been splayed open in the wake of the turmoil with the Union. Comrade Mario must be wary of the well-known Russian adage, "Life is like Tetris. Your failures stack up, but your achievements disappear." The nihilism is real. Be strong for Russia, Joe. Yes, we do.
we have another donation right here. We have it from KP. KP donated $3. While the state exists, there can be no freedom. When there is freedom, there will be no state. Vladimir Lenin. I don't see any strats being used, you scrubs.
He's not wrong. But thank you, KP. So, oh, well, looks like the spike just got a little bit more difficult as Mario loses his raccoon tail and enters Boom Boom. Leno just barely seconds behind him. That's a wonderful run.
Oh, that was going to be a coin.
I mean, this is MSC we're talking about. He might be. Some. Yep, MST has some really good aim.
I had the luck.
So MST is actually about to arrive at his second Koopaling, as Leno follows quickly behind.
Like I throws money at you.
Yeah, all the projectiles have been changed to money, as MSC does his best to collect the dollar like a true capitalist.
Like a true Oof! I went for speed.
Speed, yes, that's a good way to put it.
You could skip the hammer. It's funny.
All right, now MSC enters the second airship. Comrade Leno and Comrade MST. I think I can remember that. Well, I don't know how much of a Comrade MST really is with how he collected that dollar earlier.
Oof! It says 0.
Well, that's because it only counts coins, not filthy American dollars.
It's not that gold standard.
Oh, trust me, there are worse stories I can tell you.
Dude, this is great.
And now we have Morton conspiring with the chairman of the Soviet mind games as MST swiftly dispatches him to free the chairman of his brainwashing, while the Comrade Leno eats a bullet pill. And the airship flies away. So for rescuing the second chairman, our new letter is: all official and liberal science defends wage slavery, whereas Marxism has declared relentless war on that slavery. And now Comrade MST enters the occupation of Georgia. The Red Army descends upon Georgia in order to overthrow the social democratic government. In the east, Joseph Stalin leads the Red Army's advancement into the land of the heathens. A swift victory is assured. While MST makes his way through the maze of many doors to fight Boom Boom. It's the Cold War. It's horribly inaccurate and not at all true to history. Or at least that's what the capitalists want you to think.
Yeah, pigs.
An attempted slide of leisure fails. There is no leisure in Soviet Russia. What are you doing?
I was trying to cheat.
You're not doing a very good job of it, Comrade MST.
Oof.
Let Lucky 2 show you your place.
It's all is fair in Russia. Ooh, ooh, no. All right, bag. Very
Excellent dodging of those money bags. Comrade Leno, what are you doing?
dying.
So we noticed!
That stupid hammer brother. Ruin the cycle. This level is trash.
Seconded.
Bubbles though.
Comrade MST loves his bubbles. They feature prominently in everything he does. But depending on how you look at it, the coins could also be considered bubbles. Because they're round and floating.
Nope. You're not getting it.
But every speedrunner loves their auto-scrollers.
Because they are fair.
And balanced. Only one speed is allowed.
Capitalist pig.
As we have already proven previously, MST further descends into the taint of capitalism.
It's for the state. For the state.
Of course it is.
This level is trash, by the way.
All levels are trash in the eyes of Russia.
This level is especially. George.
Another coin. I am disappointed. Russia is disappointed.
Alive.
Oh, and it looks like we have another donation. They are collecting the information now. As Comrade Leno himself enters the auto-scroller of fairness.
Alright, you got enough time for that donation?
Yes, we do.
Alright.
We have another donation from Smiley, who donated $5. Shout outs to Mike Shouts. Also, good luck to comrades.
Thank you, Comrade Smiley. The race to prove who is the better communist is currently up in the air, because while Comrade MST has 6 capitalist dollars, he has only lost his life once to the cause, whereas Comrade Leno has lost his life 9 times, but has only collected 1 capitalist dollar. However, Comrade MST is further along, being on the 3rd airship of the conspirator.
I'm just bad.
And quickly entering the pipe to his vile lair. Oh, actually, her vile lair. That was a very interesting jump there, Wendy.
No, stop laughing.
All right, now that we have dodged the soft lock.
Strats.
What strats?
Oh my god. I couldn't understand.
All right. So our third letter from Lenin. Capitalism has triumphed all over the world, but this triumph is only the prelude to the triumph of labor over capital. And now we enter World 4, Chernobyl. The aftermath of a nuclear meltdown is described as horrific by those who had seen and suffered through the radiation sickness. What is not widely known, however, is the intentional sabotage of the reactor by a Russian double agent under the guise of a simple safety test. The exclusion zone was meant to be a symbol of intimidation, to send a signal that if that land cannot belong to all, it should belong to none. As Comrade MST fights his way through the giant mutated specimens of Chernobyl, where none are currently on. There was one. Okay. Ooh, my accent's slipping. Meanwhile, Comrade Leno is swiftly swimming through the sewers.
You don't want to know what happened.
I'm sure we don't.
Goods are free.
By the overweight capitalist dollar. Fattened by his gluttony and greed. I'm so getting banned from this.
Oh no!
What was that?
Nope.
Comrade MST, what was that?
I want this. That part's terrible.
Most parts are terrible. All right. Now, Comrade MST is entering the next dungeon full of candlelight and thwomps. The candles behave just like booze. They only move while you are not looking at them or in their direction. Thwomps, meanwhile, just smash anything in their way, as long as they're not resetting. Yes, we do.
Alright.
Bridge, donate whenever.
We have a donation from KP9000, who donated $3.01.
Odd Squad.
You can become a communist only when you enrich your mind with a knowledge of all the treasures created by mankind. Vladimir Lenin. I distinctly remember the dope fish was going to donate another $5 for each death by either comrade.
I remember that too.
And,
Right now.
I will join in this shared memory.
oh my goodness. Chris Eschritz donated $3. Goes to whatever incentive Comrade Leno wants. As long as it's Shinryu and Omega in Final Fantasy 1.
Well, all the donations go towards that anyway.
Comrade KP 9000 states that all his donations should be going to Rip Fish.
Good job.
But the dope fish does not. There's a lot of things that are wrong. As Comrade MST continues his journey through the ruins of Chernobyl, we see a new breed of the bullet bill, one that does not like to just fly away. Meanwhile, Comrade Leno has just defeated the temptress Wendy. and is now making his way to Chernobyl.
Ooh, that capitalist.
Meanwhile, Comrade MST has collected his first taste of diplomatic immunity, which will allow him forgiveness for collecting capitalist items. Yeah, thanks to the palette changes, many things are much more visible than they used to be. That's true. And Comrade MST is now approaching the next conspirator. I believe this is Ludwig?
No, this is some.
I thought Ludwig was 4. Oh no, he's 4 in Super Mario World. Is it Roy? Roy's always 5, that's right.
We got time for a donation.
Yes, we do.
We have $2 from Stealing Bread. I want to inspire some true American patriotism to my fellow runners. Do not let Soros and his agenda misguide you, young ones. Long live capitalism!
We shall be sending agents to thank you for that donation a bit later. He said it had to do something with this auto scroll. Where was it? The World 4 airship was changed in order to facilitate a speed up of the auto scroll. The path of this auto scroll is different and did not originally match up with the vanilla level. I guess because of the up and down. I didn't see it. MST already killed him. Good job. And for defeating the next of the Kupeling conspirators, our new words from Lenin are: the masses must be made to see that the Soviets of workers' deputies are the only possible form of revolutionary government. As Comrade MST now enters the space race, in the secluded, bare fields of Kazakhstan lie the most powerful aspirations of humankind. The battle to display military prowess lies within the launch of the first man into orbit. Intimidation is a battle that must be won, Comrade Mario. Well, you heard him, MST. Lies and slander. Currently, Comrade MST has just emerged from the underground tunnels into the American secret space facility and is now making his way into the compound of NASA so that he might commandeer a shuttle to launch and become the first comrade in space, while stealing shoes. Very fashionable shoes. But we're not in Russia. Or actually, no, we are still in Russia because we're in Kazakhstan.
Do you have time for a donation?
Probably.
We have another donation from KP9000, who donated $3.02. Not a handful of rich people, but all the working people must enjoy the fruits of their common labor. Vladimir Lenin. Comrade MST. If you could wait in line for several more hours so Comrade Leno can become equal with you, would you? That would be great.
You are currently still one more than Comrade Leno in capitalist tendencies. I don't know if that's something to be proud of, as you collect more diplomatic immunity. However, I should mention that KP9000 is currently the world record holder of his own hack. with a time of 59 minutes and 26 seconds, which I believe was from the race that we had like a year or so ago, that I politely DNF'd on after several other people had beaten the hack while I was only still in World 4, dying horribly, because I'm a terrible communist as well.
Oh. Why? Do you have time for another donation?
Yes, Comrade MST is currently climbing the rocket so that he may launch himself into space.
Yes, thank you. Thank you to Comrade Techno. Thank you. Comrade Hype Man here. With another donation for the state. Betherly Hills donated $3. Go Leno. Beat the bag. Support communism. Kill the dope fish. Help charity. Thank you. The state appreciates your donation.
Oh, we have another one.
Oof. So, we have another donation from Snarf, who donated $100. Wow. For the motherland, shed your dark visors of capitalism and embrace the ethos of so little money.
So little money next so little hack.
I can't see through my dark visor, by the way.
Comrade MST has emerged in space and is currently making his way to the next conspirator coupoling. Comrade MST, your capitalist tendencies.
I need this for Siberia.
We have a question from chat. What is the save kill dopefish at? Save kill fish. Save kill fish also counts towards save kill animals in the GT Classic race or run. Yes.
Don't forget to specify what your donations go towards. If you have any incentive that you want to back, ping the moderators or whisper to them and let them know.
Yeah. Kill the dopefish is at 36.19. Save the dopefish is at 100. What was that? $149.27. Also, thanks you, Snarf. In Soviet Russia, Tanuki suits you. Dopey, when has the incentive never not been about you? Comrade MST slowly approaches the conspirators' next airship. Meanwhile, Comrade Leno is being a terrible capitalist.
Oh, this one flies, so it doesn't need to.
It also spits energy balls,
Oh no.
but dies to a stomp. This is a terrible Metroid. It must be a capitalist imitation.
Whoa.
Maybe it's a capitalist Mocktroid.
Oof.
Ooh.
$100 winner's choice.
Oh, okay.
So if MST wins, it's going to kill the fish.
I mean, that was a given. They're not even getting any dignity from this. As Comrade MST has almost twice the filthy American dollars of Comrade Leno, but 1/15 of the number of deaths. Obviously, he is using hacks and filthy magic. And now Comrade MST fights the Usurper Roy, who I think wears it better. Well, his cheat strats have just been lost, so no more of that, Comrade Leno. You disappoint Mother Russia. And now, our next installment of Lenin's wisdom. Human childbirth is an act which changes the woman into an almost lifeless, blood-stained heap of flesh, tortured, tormented, and driven by frantic pain. As Comrade MST enters the Siberian tundra, west of the Ural Mountains is a frozen wasteland of long, harsh winters. The state's usage of this land as a place for labor camps, prison, and exile is testament to those who oppose it that tolerance of other ideals is not healthy for you. The Gulag slave labor camps has made its mark on this unforgiving, hellish Iceland. I try. Uh-oh. What happened? Oh, jeez. Apparently bringing in the big bucks. Nope. As Comrade MST uses diplomatic immunity against the Boom Boom, we have a donation.
Yes. Thank you, Comrade Techno. We have a donation from KP 9000. Donated $3.02. Not a handful of rich people, but all the working people must enjoy the fruits and labor of the common. Oh, of the common labor. Did I not? Oh, I already said that one. My apologies. Oh, sorry. Wrong photo. Whoops. That would be why. My apologies. My apologies. All right. KP donated $3.03. When violence is exercised by the working people, by the mass of exploited against the exploiters, then we are for it. Vladimir. Devil Rider donated $1.69 and stated, "I'm gay." All right then. B Grime donated $5. The greatest thing that you can do with capitalism is give it to your enemy. Ooh.
Comrade MST is now making his way through the underboroughs of the Siberian wasteland, though running back and forth in circles for inexplicable reasons. Ouch. Just ouch.
Goods are free from the state.
I am having a good time.
Stop.
But I am.
The bush.
As we continue through the Siberian tundra, strange new creatures have emerged, obviously hardened by the frozen wastes. of course, constant assault by the capitalist, by the capitalist brothers. And Comrade MST then engages the cheat wing. But the people demand it.
The state did not.
But what is the state if not the people? The vengeful ghosts of those who have fallen to capitalism's sway.
Oh my god. Oh my.
They rob you of your power. Comrade Leno is now swiftly approaching the conspirator Roy, while Comrade MST is facing the 6th conspirator. The only ones left... Yeah, I think... Or no, it wasn't Lemmy 4? Or... No, Iggy was 4. Lemmy was 1.
This is one of them.
Yeah, whatever.
Lenin was one.
No, Lenin is who is guiding us through our journey here.
Ah.
The capitalists would not use the great Lenin's name in vain. I'm so getting fired. Alright, so we now enter the pipe and our... Oh no, this is Iggy. Then who was 4? Whatever. No, Wendy was 3. Oh. Alright, anyway. So now having completed the Siberian tundra, our next moment of Lenin's wisdom is: experience has proven that on certain questions of proletarian revolution, all countries will inevitably have to do what Russia has done. And now, Comrade MST enters the sewers of St. Petersburg in Leningrad. Beneath the city lies the refuse of a tired working people. A putrid maze of winding tunnels is what awaits Comrade Mario in his efforts to reclaim the glory for the Soviet Union. Mikhail Gorbachev is nowhere to be found, and Comrade Mario must move quickly to secure a certain piece of evidence that was disposed of in the sewers of Lenin City. As he phases through the wall like some crazy witch.
This music.
So
Tetris is great.
As I mentioned earlier, we can thank DJ Bush for Tetris Type A. As it was his ASM mastery that allowed KP to add the extra music tracks. Now, like true workers, the hammer suit, or workers' clothes, allows Comrade Mario protection from the fires of capitalism, as he shields himself from their lies. And now Comrade Mario must use his diplomatic immunity to swiftly race through and ensure that he extends it for as long as possible so that the capitalists cannot stop him. Yes, we do.
Ah, yes, of course. Thank you, Comrade. KP has donated $3.04. One cannot live in society and be free from society. Vladimir Lenin. I really wanted to give the bag a hard time, but I must dish it out to Leno. Tough love, comrade.
Testing. Actually, it might be my fault because I think I accidentally switched it off when I was sliding it back into the cradle.
No worries.
All right.
The state is determined it's okay.
State has fixed it.
And now Comrade Leno does not succumb to the temptations of witchcraft as he journeys through the sewers of St. Petersburg. While Comrade MST is very swiftly using diplomatic immunity to run across the hot, burning coals of capitalist want.
Oh my.
And he safely makes his way through. But there is no escaping this maze of sewers for Comrade MST. He must make his way through, unclogging the pipes, so that the people's bowels may be free. Comrade Leno is making efforts to catch up, but he is still about half a world away.
He's not from the state. How do you know the pure joy? Would it be enough? Woo!
That was an accident.
Comrade MST almost partakes of some capitalist flowers as his diplomatic immunity had nearly expired, but stops himself so that he might not make glorious Lenin sad. As Comrade Leno infiltrates the fortress of gold.
Brightest.
And with only one more pipe maze lying between him and the final conspirator Koopaling, Comrade MST makes use of time magic and fails horribly, as he should. But he successfully makes his way to the last... Comrade Leno, what are you doing?
Do the skip. I'm small, I can't. Oh. Yeah.
Comrade Leno is stopping to collect supplies, but not for very long, as the supply station is not cooperating. Comrade MST is fast approaching the final conspirator. Just a few more of these spinny blocks, I think. Good. You have some catching up to do so that you are equal with Comrade Leno. Not in collecting capitalist dollars, though. We will allow you to be better than that.
You still have 12? Oh.
And Comrade MST is now entering the lair of the vile Ludwig von Beethoven? With his crazy Albert Einstein hair. Swiftly defeats the usurper. As we now receive our final words of wisdom. However, it is not from It is not from Lenin, but from Uncle Sam of the United States. Dear Redcoats, your beloved secretary, Mikhail Gorbachev, is being held at the White House for immediate re-education. United States. And now Comrade MST enters the land of capitalism. The evidence that Comrade Mario found led him to believe that his leader, Mikhail Gorbachev, is in grave danger. He must put on his workers' clothes one last time to confront the mastermind of capitalism, Uncle Sam, and reclaim pride and glory for the Soviet Union. As Comrade MST fights the army and their squadron of tanks. Actually, squadron the right word? Would be Legion?
I think Legion.
Yeah, Legion, because Legion is ground troops, squadron is air troops, and then fleet is sea. We're going to be seeing them all. Spoilers!
Hey!
Oh, that was terrible.
All puns are equal to the state.
That works too. Murder of tanks, I like that. But no, murder is crows, and they're not flying tanks. Battalion, there we go, battalion. Excellent dodge of that filthy dollar. Comrade Leno, do not smell the plants. Your diplomatic immunity has worn off. And now the mighty fleet, well, not so mighty fleet, of the U.S. falls before Comrade MST and his prowess at flinging bombs around. And he faces it head-on like a brave Soviet. He does not swim underneath. Actually, is that even still in the hack? Or did... That's what I always did whenever I played Mario 3. Yeah, well, I never got this far in when I played Kami Mario, so... I'm very bad at dodging the capitalist tendencies. And soon we shall reach the end of the Navy fleet. Where Comrade MST faces one more Boom Boom. I think there's one more after this as well. Yeah. Two more, okay. The second to last Boom Boom, as he swiftly ends their species. What do you mean, like? Now, how many hands will MST be grabbed by? We've already got one, so if you guess 0, you're already out.
Hand number 2 is the worst. Oh.
4. Ooh. Oh, there's 2. We're halfway there. Yep. This is the most capitalist of handouts.
Handouts?
Yes, handout. Hand-ins? I don't know.
Oh, I'm through.
And 3! 3 hands!
Fate is decided.
There's still a possibility for a 4th if Comrade MST cannot properly dodge these capitalist fish. Or decides to take a swim. But no. 3 is the number of hands, and the hands shall be 3. Not 4, and certainly not 5. But now, Comrade MST must face the squadron of the U.S. Air Force. as Comrade Leno now heads over to fight Ludwig, the final of the Cooperling conspirators. Comrade Leno, what are you doing?
Oh, there goes. Lost our TV.
Uh-oh. Oh, my laptop went to sleep. Hang on. Oh, good. No, it's not.
All right, everyone. The state has another donation. KP 9000 has donated $3.05. It is true that liberty is precious, so precious that it must be rationed. Vladimir Lenin. Comrade Leno is costing Comrade Dopefish a lot of money.
As Comrade MST just flies over the landscape. Actually, funny thing is, a P-Wing can apparently run out, because I've actually had one run out on me before. It takes a long time, but it happens. I'm really bad at this game, by the way. And now Comrade MST buries himself in the Mojave Desert. And makes his way through the bowels of what we can only assume is Area 51. And now Comrade MST is about to make the Boom Booms extinct. Or not.
Oh my god! Does now.
Last level before Bowser's Castle. Get Uncle Sam hype going.
You mean capitalist pigs? Oh my god, Steve, sorry.
So now that Comrade Leno and Comrade MST have passed all of the worlds, I can say there are, as I mentioned, there are special dialogues by the chairman as you complete the levels. If you're in the frog suit, the tanuki suit, or the worker's clothes, aka the hammer suit. If you are in the worker's clothes, the chairman will say, "You wear the clothes of a worker. Are you a member of the Vanguard Party? Will you represent all of the working class?" If you wear the tanuki suit, you are strong like bear. But where is your unicycle? And then finally, if you are wearing the frog suit, what? We thought you were some disgusting US spy. Quick, call off the KGB! And that's pretty much all of my notes about this hack. As Comrade MST dons his worker's clothes and diplomatic immunity to enter the White House.
It's got redecorated.
And fire. And lava.
And moving background.
Block is gone.
Yeah, up in that corner in vanilla Super Mario Bros. 3, there is a 1-up block that you can use to clip through the wall and get basically through this area with very little problem. Unlike MST, who is mostly having little problem with it, but this is MST we're talking about, so. And we must not forget the laser candelabras, because what White House is complete without laser candelabras or fiery dollar coins? And now, Comrade MST faces the true fiend, Uncle Sam, but with the mighty hammer, has defeated the capitalist dollar and rescued Mikhail Gorbachev.
They run out of time almost. 29 seconds. 1 hour, 29 seconds.
Excellent work, Comrade MST. You have done Russia proud.
In 3.
What was his total?
Comrade Leno, we appreciate your efforts for Mother Russia, and we assume that you will return home swiftly after defeating the capitalist pigs.
Spasiba! Everyone get your phones out.
Oh yeah, yeah. You can tell me different things.
Oh yes, get your phones out. There is something coming up on MST screen, and my laptop just went to sleep again. Oh, thank you. You'll see.
Oh, wow, they'll get that manual if they win the raffle.
Yes.
Oh.
There it is. That is a working QR code.
Really? Really? Didn't know that was a
Yes, it's actually on the back of the manual as well, I believe.
You've gotta show us what it is.
What? What? I got something called Kafuka. Welcome to the secret world. That is the Oh! Nice. By the way, whoever said 4 and a half, I only got one, so that makes 4 total.
Quality between the two of us.
Do you know what MST's coin count was?
It
Dollar
was.
count?
It was filthy on the
I believe it was 40. Was his final? Actually, I think it was 40 exactly. Because I don't remember him collecting any more coins after the last one.
Does chat know?
I mean, I don't think there are any more coins to collect at this point.
No. Oh yeah, there's some levels after this.
There aren't any
I didn't collect
coins
them.
in the capitalist homeland.
Well, of course, they don't pay their military.
Oh!
I say,
Oh,
Dopey,
yeah.
thank you for donating to kill the fish.
200 for the fish.
That is true.
That's
Oh, you can update the since MST is done. You can update the donation totals.
Oh yeah, yeah, you're good.
No, you're good now. You're
Yeah,
good.
you're good. You can touch whatever.
You should probably also switch the audio over to Leno's if you can. Really? What are the new totals? 149 for kill versus 100. Or sorry, 145 for kill versus 149 for save. $4 difference.
Dopey, Dopey.
744.94. All right. Thank you, everyone. We're almost to the 750 mark.
I would like to point out that we are almost halfway to the Shinryu Omega donation incentive for Final Fantasy 1.
We are almost to pain and suffering for Leno. Keep those donations coming, please. Also, if you want more pain and suffering, I don't believe there's been any donations made towards Sentinels yet. So if you want to see me and Leno suffer tomorrow morning, or me suffer on Saturday, make those donations. Oh God, no! Please, please don't make me do Dark Watch setback percent. No, no. I still haven't even done that on my stream.
Oh, actually, hold on. No, I don't this. Just pause it.
All right. Comrade Leno runs towards the next of the Boom Boom. These capitalists are insidious. They are forcing Comrade Leno to pick up their coins. Yeah, game audio is pretty quiet. I can barely hear it. There we go. And now Comrade Leno waits for his date with the Boom Boom. And swiftly sits it back down before it can cause any problems. Of course. Upwards of minutes. Oh. Oh. Did we get a donation to read for that as well? And now Kill the Dope Fish has taken the lead by $1.04. And then Save the Dope Fish has just retaken the lead by $3.96. I got nothing. It's a Skulltula. Or whatever. It's a Zelda thing. And now Comrade Leno is performing many of the same techniques that Comrade MST used to charge into the White House. But he loses his worker's clothes. But he is not naked before capitalism. No, he still has his Russian parka, or his Russian overcoat, and wool cap. And now Comrade Mario must face Uncle Sam without the protection of his hammer.
No!
But Uncle Sam is blinded by his height. He cannot see that Comrade Mario is right in front of him. And as such, causes his own defeat as he leaps across the room. Oh! But Comrade Leno perseveres, and the terror of Uncle Sam and capitalism has been defeated for a second time. What was that? 1 hour, 9 minutes, 54 seconds. Communism has been saved. The motherland has been saved. Capitalism has been defeated.
Good job, sir.
Congratulations to our runners.